Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back with another episode of Mod Guide. Now, we're here to take a look at Little Helpers by Navybofus. I've never even heard of this mod until last week when I saw my friend, Teddy here, use it in one of his videos. I had to go pick it up and start researching it. And I have to admit that I'm very impressed with this. It is a great little automation tool that does not automate too much. It's not one magic box you plug in and it does everything for you. And I'll explain why. Now, there's a big cross-section of things, as you can see, that this mod provides for you. There is the fisher, the crop farmer, the big crop farmer, the sapling planter, the tree cutter, the breeder. There's the crushing mill, the metal extractor, the breaker, and the farmhand. That is 10 blocks and then 3 items, but we'll get to those 3 items in a minute. And they're frighteningly simple to use. I'm actually going to, let's see, I've got a chest right here. It's gonna, actually, let's do it that way. And I need a fishing pole. We're gonna start off, I'm gonna grab myself the fisher. Now what I'm actually gonna do is put it over the water. You just put a chest down next to it with a fishing pole, and we're going to let it do its work. Basically, it needs beneath it 2 deep blocks of water. The more water there is underneath it that's 2 blocks deep, the faster it fishes. I do believe there is a certain maximum to that, but you'll hear a sound in the background. That's my phone. That's not the sound. And you'll hear a sound in the background of fish, just like you're normally fishing. This automates it. Now here's the thing, the rod still takes damage every time a fish gets pulled, like that. And there's a raw cod, 172 fish. That's one thing I should have said, by the way. This is for 1.7.2 right now. It'll probably get updated to 1.7.10. So yeah, the fishing rod still takes damage, which means you're checking on this regularly, not only to get your fish, but you still have to supply it with rods. And I like that. It's a balance point. It means it's not just something you plug in and forget about. It requires maintenance and equipment, and that's very cool. Now, there's, let's see, the crop farmer. Let's grab one of those, and I think I have, wait, yeah, there we go, seeds. There's another fish getting pulled up. I'm actually going to get myself a water bucket, too. Let's go over here and just go thing of water. Put that on top of the water. Now, you have to put this next to it. I have tried putting these on top, and it doesn't see it. Oh, I forgot something. Need myself a diamond hoe. And again, there it goes. It's not super fast, but it is very effective in what it does. Now, these don't require power of any kind. What they do require instead is maintenance. I'm going to show you real quick the recipes for this. We had the fisher, right? 4 blocks of redstone. That is, what, 9, 18, 27, 36 redstone just for one machine. I think that's a pretty good balance point. That's kind of pricey. Redstone, long game, is not that expensive. It's kind of cheap because you end up getting a lot of it. But early game, that can be a lot. That can be a big investment. And then, of course, there's fish. Now, here's the thing. I'll just hit R here. It'll use any kind of vanilla fish in the recipe. Works just fine. We have the crop farmer. That's 2 seeds, 1 carrot, 2 potatoes. So you're, oh gosh, you're going to have some of that, even if... Boop, boop, boop. Didn't mean to do that. It's me getting overzealous. You're going to have that even if you don't have... I mean, even if you want to just grow wheat, you're still going to have to go find a carrot and 2 potatoes, at least. So, you know, that is something. And there's the big crop farmer. This is meant for melons and pumpkins. I'm just going to grab one of these real quick. 2 melon seeds and 2 pumpkin seeds. That's been really hard for me in some games that I've seen. I've had games where I've gone for a while before I found any... Oh, I need another hoe. Thank you. There we go. And immediately it sees some usage, durability damage. And we start getting pumpkins. It'll do this, melons. It'll do the same thing for pumpkins, too. And as you can see, these are not huge plots that this thing is doing. It stays relatively small. That's what I like. We can toss these now. The sapling planter. Yeah, any kind of saplings, if you look, it'll take any vanilla saplings, and of course the same 4 blocks of redstone there. If we get this one, we can see real quick, we can get us some saplings. I know that I'm going to need that because, actually, this brings up the enchanted shears. These things are actually added by little helpers. Gold and iron crossed. Now, that's twice as expensive as a normal pair of shears, but why is it that expensive? These are enchantable in a normal enchanting table. No books or anvils required. You put it straight into an enchanting table and you can get unbreaking. I think you can get silk touch on it, but I know you can at least get unbreaking on it. It's very nice. I like them a lot. Tree cutter also. 4 logs of wood of some kind. Again, mixed vanilla logs and vanilla sapling right there in the middle. Let's set these up and see how they work. If we do the sapling planter right here, put a box down behind it with some saplings, and you see it's facing that direction. I actually want to change it. Just right click. Let's take those out. And so it is actually going to plant in rows in a certain area right here. And you saw this arrow right here. All you have to do is right click and it tells you what direction it's planting. It's not like those where it goes directly under it or around it. You see, this crop farm has stayed this size. And that's not huge. That's a nice size. I like it. I think that's interesting. I wonder if it thinks... Yeah. So there is supposed to be one specific side, I think, for these chests. It's probably going to be the same way over here. Nope, that one adjusted. So yeah, that's the tree farm, right? The sapling planter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the tree cutter. Again, it's got a directional arrow. We're going to face it towards the saplings. Put a chest down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it right beside it. Axe and shears. Let's get some bone meal. So there it goes. Now, the one thing I haven't told is that the tree cutter actually covers a much, much larger area than the planter does. So apparently you could have 3 or 4 tree planters, sapling planters, right next to each other. 3 plots, and then just have it all covered by one cutter. And I think that's very interesting. So now you see we got 5 blocks of leaves, we've got 4 saplings, and we've got 5 wood. Now that's all the wood, but that is not all of the leaves. It's a percentage chance to keep some of those leaves, which I think is very interesting. It's not a guarantee. So none of these are foolproof systems. And again, whoops, this is just supplying it with saplings. That requires an axe and shears, and you're going to have to replace those because they're going to get damaged and break. If you go over here and look, you'll see we've got hoes that have durability now. We have over here. Let's see, our fishing rod is now down a certain amount. Fishing rod has taken some damage. We've got some raw cod. I'm just going to stack those up. We've gotten a lily pad. That's interesting. It's using the vanilla looting tables, I believe. Raw salmon. So yeah, these are very cool. I like them a lot, and they're very, very simple to operate. But they are not free machines. Let's see. That completes this row right here, which comes back around to the breeder. And the, we'll do the breeder first. The breeder, 2 pieces of beef, 1 piece of chicken, 2 pork chops, all raw, with the same 4 blocks of redstone. Now this has actually been a hurdle in a lot of games I've been on. I'll have cows nearby, or pigs nearby, or maybe chickens. Maybe pigs and chickens or pigs and cows or whatever. Never all three. And I'll have to journey a long distance just to get all three and get them a steady supply of them. So this is... It's interesting that I couldn't just do all beef or all chicken. It makes it a little bit of a hurdle. I can already see... I hear the fisher going off. A little bit of a journey that I would need to go on. I'm going to need some wheat also. And I'm just going to go back here behind the fisher. Oh. Silly me. Grab the breeder right here. Now, again, it's got this directional arrow. What I'm going to do... let's see. That looks like a good enough area. Get some cows going. We put this right behind it with some wheat. I always forget they can do that. I'm going to put that up as a cow stopper. Now, I'm just going to get some wheat, put it in here. And you see, two are going to get used. And the breeder goes to work. Now, what I can also do... I'm going to go ahead and skip over to the farmhand. That is 2 buckets of milk, an egg, and 2 mushroom stew. This is interesting. This is real hard for me. I've gone whole games where I've never actually found a mushroom biome. So that is no easy task. Now the arrow is already faced towards the cows. What I'm going to do is put that right there. And I need some empty buckets. Just going to get a stack. There's one right there. And I'll probably get the other one when the cow steps into range, if it's not already in range. It's probably just a timer, though. So, yeah. After about 20 minutes, these guys will get ready to breed again. This will automatically breed them, and our cow stock will slowly increase. And you see, the fisher is going quietly nuts. So, I really do like... Let's put these... Whoa, gosh. Glub, glub. Put those back. I don't need that. Don't need that. Let's see. Gonna need those. And... oh, yeah. Shears. I can actually use shears in the farmhand. If... let's do some sheep. How about that? My friend Sice would not be happy about this. Yeah, see? And as you can see, the shears have taken damage, and I've got 2 wool already. Plus, the breeder is breeding the sheep. It's real nice. I'm liking this whole setup. These things are wonderfully simple, but still so effective. Now, let's go look at the crushing mill and the extractor. And let's say, actually, the breaker as well. The last 3 that we have to deal with. I've got this nice big wall. I'm actually going to put the breaker right there. Let's put a chest right next to it. Diamond pickaxe in there. And I think it is going to have to be... there we go. One closer. It is breaking that cobblestone and putting it in there. Now, the one thing I'm not sure about is if this thing requires... I mean, if it makes use of enchantments on pickaxes. So I have this giant wall. It's not really engineered to make this giant wall to mine it all. If you see, it just does 3 wide in front of it. What the whole point of the breaker is to put it in front of a cobble generator. You put this in front of a cobble generator, it'll break the cobble and put it into the chest. Then what you can do is get the crusher, and it will slowly go through and turn all the cobble into gravel. One by one. Basically, the crusher crushes blocks up into smaller constituent components. So what you get is stone to cobblestone, cobblestone to gravel, gravel to sand. Now, if I leave this gravel in here, you'll see it's slowly going to break up that gravel into sand. Sand doesn't break up into anything. But this is a great way to make either a lot of cobble into gravel and sand, or just a sand generator. I really do like this system. It's very cool and very simple. I especially like the fact that you can chain them together like this. It's very practical. Now here's another thing that you can do, and this is one of the reasons why I like how these pull from chests. I'm going to get the metal extractor, and what we're going to do is we're going to put another tool in here, a magnet. This thing is just 3 iron in a kind of an upside down U shape, and that has a certain number of uses, as you'll see. What it's doing is it's using the sand, and every sand block it uses, it has a certain percentage chance to find. I'm just going to put some more in there for it to crush up. It has a certain percentage chance for it to actually find ore. Now, I think right now it only uses iron ore. I'm not 100% sure about that. Let's see. Yeah, the magnet can be enchanted with unbreaking. But, right now, let's see. Yeah, see, every time it crushes up some gravel, it breaks that gravel up into... See, right now it's going to have a whole lot of cobble to go through. If we take this out for a minute, it's going to start breaking that up into sand, and the sand is immediately getting used. Now, what I'd love to see is one of these ore blocks actually get... There you go. Iron ore right there. So it's not guaranteed. It's not easy mining. There's still a percentage chance, and you're still going to have to keep an extraction magnet in here all the time. Even if you have unbreaking, that'll make it last longer, but it's still going to die. Which means you have to keep a magnet supplied to the metal extractor. You actually have to keep a pickaxe supplied to the breaker for your actual cobble generator. It's really cool, and I really do like it. I'm very eager to see how this system works long term. So, yeah, there's a lot of these things that play off of each other. If you wanted to, I could put... You know what? Got an idea. I'm going to borrow you, steal you. Let's do... water source block right there. We can put that in there, put that in there. So now we have a sustainable system for our breeder. It will grow wheat, put it in here, and then get used by the breeder automatically, which is very cool. I like stuff like this. It's neat. Actually, you know what? I think what I've discovered is I like it when it does that better. So, we can leave that there to go, but I'm real excited about Little Helpers. I really do hope that it's a mod that's going to stick around. As you can see, now I didn't pre-stage this specifically, so you guys can see how easy this stuff is to set up. It's not very advanced. It's not very difficult. All you really have to do is just explore with it. Just test it a little bit, because it's all very small to medium scale stuff that's very simple to adjust. You see, that breeder is still going. I've got more sheep in there. I've got 2 baby cows now. And I could see, really, you could put a vacuum hopper over this to vacuum up some of the experience you're getting from breeding. That's what that experience orbs are. Which is interesting. You have basically a way that you could farm experience here. You could put another mod next to this that actually separated out the babies, waited for them to grow up, and then slaughtered them. So you could actually have a beef farm and leather farm. That could be real cool. These are real nice, and I'm super excited. Like I said, I hope Navybofus, or one of the mods maintainers, is here to stay with Little Helpers. I really want to see this in more mod packs. I want to use this in more mod packs. So keep your eyes out for Little Helpers. Try it out yourself. I very much encourage you to do so. Now, there's one thing that we actually have not addressed yet. That is the redstone oscillator. Basically, if you have hard mode turned on in the config files, let me see if I can find this thing. There is a config option for hard mode. If you have the hard mode recipe turned on, it will require the oscillator instead of redstone blocks. So basically that means that it would be, instead of 9 redstone, it would be 8 redstone and a diamond per redstone block. So that is 8, 16, 24, what, 32? Yeah, 32 instead of 36 redstone, but 4 diamonds. So that's where the oscillator comes in. That oscillator is basically the balancing point if you turn on hard mode, because you don't want these things too easy to make. And I could see the benefit either way. I think early game, 4 blocks of redstone is bad enough. Adding in 4 diamonds into that mix is kind of steep, but just as soon as you get past early game, all of those materials do not become that rare in modded Minecraft. So yeah, I guess it kind of depends on if you want this early or early mid, or maybe mid game, you know? You can kind of move it around a little bit. So that's what the redstone oscillator is. The magnet and the shears both are pretty easy to make, and I like them. They both get used by these blocks. There's the tree cutter going bonkers. I'm curious. Yeah, you see the shears are almost dead. We've got 51 birch leaves, though. That's really nice. A whole bunch of wood and some saplings to keep itself stocked up. I think that actually might be still from the original stock, but I think it keeps stocking up more. Oh, no, no, no. Those are planted over there, which means you could... You could get this, put it right here, facing that way, because it covers a larger area, which means it will actually get the saplings, put it into this chest. This will feed off of it. Yeah, I love it when mods do stuff like this. You place a couple of the blocks close together and they complement and work off each other. That's cool. I like it. So, thank you very much for joining me on this interesting 1.7.2 Minecraft version of Mod Guide, and a look at Little Helpers. I'm really hoping that this mod guide is giving you ideas on this mod. I'm hoping that it's giving you a perspective on something new. Try something out that you haven't before. It's a really great mod, and I love the fact also that it's got a hard mode recipe on it. I think that's cool. Just a word of note, as of recording today, Minecraft 1.7.10 has been released by Mojang, and Mojang. I'm a Texan, so I barely know how to pronounce English, much less Dutch, so bear with me. But 1.7.10 has been released by Mojang, and I think Forge is ready to be released, but Lechmanos and Minecraft CPW are having problems releasing it because of internet difficulties, i.e. one of them does not have internet. So 1.7.10 is right around the corner. Now, it's not going to be stable when it first comes out. It is going to be wacky and crazy, but stay strong, stay patient. 1.7.10 Minecraft is right around the corner, and everything's going to get a lot better once that hits. There's a whole bunch of mods waiting for 1.7.10. So be patient, keep in mind, and stay Minecrafting. Thank you very much for swinging by. Don't forget to go over to Vaygrim.com, visit the forums, post, read up on what's going on the website. I'm trying to keep updated on my weekly video schedules there, so make sure you swing by the website and check what I'm going on. I'm also on Twitter, at Vaygrim on Twitter. And if you would like to support me in some way other than just links and subscriptions, then consider going by my Patreon, patreon.com/Vaygrim. See, something you would like to actually support me on. If you can, only support me in one way, though. Keep watching my videos, keep subscribed, and keep sharing those links, putting those thumbs up on the videos as you watch them so I know who likes what and what should I do more of. That's what helps me the most. So if you can only support me in one way, just stay subscribed and stay liking the videos. That'll be just fine. Thank you very much for swinging by. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.